Mary! I can't believe that you two are finally going to be getting married. This is so exciting. I can't believe that this is really happening. It feels just like yesterday Cam brought you home to introduce you to us. You better treat my little brother well. I know! I can't believe it's happening myself. It's like a dream. And yes, now you and I are going to be sisters. It's all so exciting. It really has all been such a rush, hasn't it? Well, I'm really glad that Cam found a girl like you. I think he was really lucky. You're always so happy and smiling and smart as a whip. How did my little brother land such a catch, huh? I feel like you're someone I can trust to take care of him. Don't worry, Franny. I promise to keep Cam in line. I think I've done a pretty good job with him so far, if I do say so myself. To be honest, there were some times when I was a little nervous about the whole thing, you know. After all, Cam has always been a pretty reserved person and had never brought a girl home before. But when he finally wanted to introduce you to us, I was so happy to have gotten to meet you. You really just blew us all away. My mom couldn't stop talking about you after you left. She was always worried that I had been a bit soft on Cam ever since we were little. She felt like I always let him rely on me too much and was glad that he found someone that seemed to push him to always be improving. Was she really that worried about him? I didn't think he was that much of a basket case when I met him. But I'm just really glad that I'm able to make him smile so much. Seeing it means the world to me. And we have never gotten into any fights or even once gotten mad at each other, if you can believe it. Plus, I always feel like we can count on each other for help, no matter what it is. It feels amazing to have someone that I can trust so much. Well, that really makes me happy to hear that. But if I'm being honest, I think you have done so much to bring him out of his shell and really take more responsibility for himself. But I'm glad that you think there's a good balance between the two of you. But Franny, do you mind if I say something about you, too? Oh, well, of course. What's up? What's on your mind, Mary? You know you can talk to me about anything. Well, you're still single, right? I mean, like, I know that you're not married, but you don't even have a boyfriend, right? And if I remember correctly, you're already older than 30, aren't you? Don't you think it's about time that you found someone to settle down with, too? You got me. Yes, that's something that I myself have been thinking, too, to be honest. But I still just haven't found the right person for me, I guess. Oh, I see. And I've been just so busy with work that I really haven't had the time to go on any dates or meet anyone, really. But on the other hand, I'm not really in any huge rush to get married right away. I'm fine taking life as it comes to me. I guess I'm just that kind of person, if I'm being honest. But don't you think that having an attitude like that is just a little irresponsible at your age? I mean, do you really think that it's your work that's holding you back from meeting people? I mean, you really think that that's the reason that you haven't found someone? What do you mean? Yes, of course I do. I've been really busy with other things and just haven't had the chance to go out and meet other people. Once you get a bit older and start a career, life just gets really busy. Oh, wow. I see. But that must really suck for you, no? I mean, don't you get sick of being all alone or anything? And have you ever really thought about why you haven't been able to meet anyone? Look, Francine, I'm going to be frank with you, okay? I mean, I've really held myself back from saying these thoughts to you, but I really think that I need to tell you this. I can't hold myself back any longer and really think that you need to know this. What do you mean you've been holding back? Is everything okay? Please, you don't have to keep secrets from me. After all, we are about to become sisters. You can say anything to me. I'm okay, yes. But the thing is, Francine, your face is just horrible. I mean, if you looked up ugly in the dictionary, I wouldn't be surprised if your face showed up as a visual example. It's just... I mean... Wow. Excuse me? What the hell, Mary? You're calling me ugly right now? Well, that's putting it pretty lightly, I think. But yes. I mean, it's the kind of ugly that you can't even hide under makeup, you know? I feel this way every time I have to look at your ugly mug. But yeah, you're UGLY. No doubt about it. Oh man, it feels really good to finally get all of that off of my chest. I've been wanting to say that forever. You can't possibly imagine how much of an effort it took not to just blurt all of that out to you every single time we have had to interact. Wait. I don't understand. What's this all about? This is not like you. Why are you saying all of this? How can you be so cruel all of a sudden? I mean, come on. Did you really think that anyone else but you was buying that excuse about being too busy with your work to meet anyone? That's just... I mean, I know that we all have to tell little stories to ourselves to get through the day, but that one was just a stretch. Take me, for example. No matter how busy I get, with a face as cute as this, I've never once had any trouble ever finding a boyfriend. But I bet men just take one look at you and run in the other direction. Isn't that right? I mean, your face looks like it has taken constant beatings from the ugly stick since you were born. And I feel sorry for you, Francine. I really, really do. Now hold on for just a second. How can you say these things? Were you really holding this in for so long? You mean to tell me that during the whole time that we have known each other, that you have always felt this way about me? I really have been, yes. I've wanted to tell you about your condition ever since we first met. Are you really surprised? You can be real with me. I mean, you have to look at that thing every day. It can't be that you were unaware. Or maybe it's exactly having to look at your hideous face that has made you desensitized to it. If that's the case, then I feel so bad for you. You're like a sad little animal who knows nothing about the real world. Poor Franny. I'm shocked. I literally don't know what to say. I mean, we have known each other for a while now. But now you're telling me that you haven't been honest with me this whole time. This whole time you have really felt this way about me and never once hinted at it? What happened? I never thought you were this kind of person. Well, like I said, I've been holding it in for so long. But I just thought that you finally deserved to hear the truth. Especially now that Cam and I are finally engaged to be married. What does that have to do with any of this? I don't understand why you're acting like this so suddenly. What did I do to deserve this? Please, Mary, can't we just stop and try to talk about this like adults? Well, it's just that Cam is so handsome, you know? I could just never understand how his older sister turned out so ugly. Are you really sure that you and Cameron are really blood related? I have to remind myself that you two are actually family whenever I see the two of you standing next to each other. If anyone is shocked, it's me. When Cam first told me that he had an older sister, I always pictured us shopping and going out and doing fun stuff. Until the day I finally met you and saw your face. The moment we met, I knew that I could never be seen in public with you without dying of embarrassment. Okay, Mary, I get it. I understand how you feel. You can stop now. You don't have to be so rude about this, even if it is how you feel. I mean, don't you even care about how what you're saying might be making me feel right now? I thought that we were getting to be friends. I know. And that's why I finally decided that I couldn't let this go on any longer and that I had to tell you the truth. If anything, I think that was pretty kind of me. After all, I had kept quiet about it ever since we've met. But you and Cam look nothing alike. Now, to be honest, I'm kind of worried that maybe Cam had plastic surgery done or something. Look, Mary, I can admit that yes, my brother is very handsome. It was obvious he was going to grow into a handsome man since he was a kid. And if I'm being honest, I've never really thought of myself as cute either. But these aren't the kinds of things that you just tell someone, even if you think they are true. Maybe for you, but I tell it like it is. I'm just that kind of person. I was only holding back from telling you because I'm also a super kind person. But now that it's out in the air, you should know that I actually don't really like ugly people. In fact, I think it's more than fair to say that I hate them. So now you're saying that you hate me? I can't believe this. I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked. That's right. Ever since we first met, I couldn't even stand the thought of you. I hated you so much. The moment I saw your face, I knew that we could never be friends. But anyways, we're all adults here, so I really don't think you should be getting mad at me for speaking my mind. Besides, it was just like my opinion once I saw your face. When I first saw you, I was almost scared. I was like, whoa, it's an ogre. Do you have to be so mean about all of this? I've done my best to be nothing but kind and welcoming to you, and this is how you treat me? What are you talking about? I mean, you're ugly, and that's as simple as that. I already told you that I hate ugly people. Is that really so difficult to understand? What are you? Stupid as well as ugly or something? Jeez, why are you acting like you really can't understand what I'm saying? Do you speak English? I see. So I guess there really is no way that we could ever try and be friends then, huh? Yeah, no. Not in a million years would I want to call a beast like you my friend. And if we had to go out together? Oh my gosh. Do you know what people might say about me? I couldn't even. I would literally die. I mean, I guess maybe there might be some silver lining, like people would think I'm even more cute standing next to you, but... Mary, please. Just stop. I get it. You don't need to say anymore. Whatever. As long as you treat Cam well, that's all that really matters to me as far as you're concerned. Of course I will. And thank you so much for understanding. I was really worried that your personality might match your face, but you're really not so bad. On the inside, that is. All right, fine. Whatever. I'm going to go now. Talk to me once you have the wedding details figured out, okay? But I actually really hate texting you, if I'm being honest. Who knows? Your ugliness might rub off on me through my phone. Mary, come on. What even is that? You're just being needlessly cruel right now. You don't have to say these things. Whatever. Just keep away from me. Okay, I'll go. I don't want to talk to you ever again unless it's something really serious. Otherwise, who knows what your influence might do to me? Anyways, see ya! I would never in a million years want to be ya. Francine, are you there? I need you to pick up the phone right away. It's an emergency. There's something that I really need to ask you. Oh, hi, Mary. What is it? I thought you said you hated having to talk to me. Come on, Francine. Let's just set that aside for a moment. This is serious. Is it true that you didn't even graduate high school? That you just got your GED? Well, yes. But there was a lot going on in my life back then. Why do you ask? So I've heard. I know all about it. I heard about how your dad's company really wasn't doing well and that you started working while still in high school and finally had to drop out to help save the company. Oh, you heard about all of that, huh? Yeah, it was a very difficult time. But is that the important thing that you wanted to ask me about? No. I had questions about after that. I mean, How does it feel just having your GED and not even a real diploma? Sorry, what do you mean? I mean, lots of people have college degrees. Even more have a real high school diploma. But you don't even have that. So I was just curious about how it feels to be practically on the bottom of the food chain of education. Wait a second. Is this really something that you want to ask me about? Yes, of course. I'm really curious. What's it like living that kind of life? Come on, tell me. I want to know. Let me guess. You're not going to stop asking until I've told you, huh? That's right. If you don't tell me now, then I'm going to bug you every single day until you do. Well, yes, I understand that it isn't a path that many people have to go down. And sometimes I do feel sad about not graduating high school and going to college like some other people. It was an experience I wish I had often. And who knows how different my life would have been if I were to go and if I did have a college degree. I've probably missed out on a lot of really interesting things because of it. But then I remember that I did what I did to help out my family. And when I say that out loud to myself, it really helps me not feel any regrets about the choices that I've made in my life. Wow, Francine, that all sounds like a big fat lie. You almost had me when you started to talk about how you did it to help support your precious family. But come on, get real. What? Excuse me? Mary, do you get a kick out of making fun of people or something? What's wrong with you? I mean, you do realize that what you're doing is just mean-spirited, don't you? Of course I get a kick out of it. I mean, it's inspiring, really. That even a dropout like you can do something to help her family. No, I mean, I really sympathize with you. But man, no, seriously. If I had to try and find work with just a GED, I really don't know what I would do with my life. Look, Mary, everybody has different lives and they can't all be the same. That's my story and I'm proud of it, whether you care or not. Anyways, are we through here? What are you talking about? This conversation. Are we done talking? I thought you said that you hated the idea of even texting me. I thought that's why you had finally stopped messaging me. Oh, come on, Francine. You should be relishing this chance to talk again. Now go on. Tell me another story about why we should all pity the stupid, ugly girl. I really need another good laugh to help relieve the stress of the day, you know? You can't be serious right now. I mean, yeah, you don't think I'm stressed out about having to join a family with a total failure like you in it? Wow, Mary. I just really have never met a person as awful as you. What do you mean? I'm not awful. I bet everyone laughs whenever you tell that story, don't they? No, of course people don't laugh at me when I tell them what I've been through. I've never once met someone who has belittled me after hearing what I've done for my family. Oh man, there you go again. Are you really trying to lecture me? Do you think that I have any intention of listening to what an ugly high school dropout might have to teach me about life? Okay, I'm done here. This conversation is over. Oh, come on, Franny. What's with the attitude? You're really starting to get on my nerves with the way you're acting, you know? I'm getting on your nerves? Mary, I just want to know why you have to go out of your way to say such horrible, awful things to me. Can you just please leave me alone? Fine, whatever. You're getting to be annoying anyways. I guess I can show you a little mercy, though. But not for free. What do you mean? You want me to pay you to stop bothering me? No. Nothing like that, Franny. But I want you to stay away tomorrow when my parents come over to meet your family. A big, fat, dumb failure like you is not invited to this meeting. What? Are you kidding me? You mean you don't even want me to meet your parents? Of course. stay far, far away or else they might be able to smell your ugliness coming. So what do you say? Will you keep away in exchange for me leaving you alone? What are you even talking about? Why wouldn't you want me there? Oh, come on, Franny! Do you really need me to spell it out for you again? I mean, you know that your whole existence is just one big embarrassment for your family, don't you? I think it would just be better for everyone if you weren't there. So please don't come. You know what? I was going to say something to you. But fine. I get it. I won't go. So you don't have to worry your pretty little head about it. I guess that I'll just ask my mom about how the meeting went instead, since I am apparently banned from even showing my face to your family. Oh, thank you, Franny. I knew that deep down, past that harsh, ugly exterior, that you were a good person. You're doing me a huge favor. Don't go holding grudges over this, okay? It's just something that I have to do. Why would this be the thing that I would hold as a grudge against you? Well, I mean, the family's meeting before a wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event, you know? So if you don't go tomorrow, then you'll never have another chance like this in your whole life. Yeah, I suppose you might be right about that. So don't blame me for it, okay? You can blame your parents for it instead. After all, the whole reason that you aren't invited is because they gave birth to such a hideous daughter, right? Okay, bye! Hey, Francine! What's this all about? Explain yourself. Ugh, what is it this time, Mary? You keep saying you don't want to even talk to me, and yet you keep messaging me. Well, I didn't have a choice. This is a serious emergency right now. Is it a real emergency this time, Mary? I heard that our families canceled their meeting today. Oh, right. That. Don't play coy with me. This is one of the key moments that has to happen before a wedding. Well, I guess it just couldn't be helped, huh? After all, my parents and even Cam said they weren't going to go. That's what they told me anyways. That's right. They told me that none of them were going if you weren't going to be there. Can you believe it? It's ridiculous. Why won't they come? I mean, even Cam said he wouldn't come to meet my parents. And for what? For you? Who even are you? Who cares whether or not you're there? You're a nobody. Wow. Sounds like this is a big mess for you, huh? But I guess my family just thought it was unacceptable that I wasn't invited to such an important event. That's what they told me, at least. But why? Who cares if you're there or not? You're just an ugly, stupid little worm of a woman. You barely even qualify as a person. They should be prioritizing the marriage of your amazingly handsome little brother, not your stupid feelings. Look, Mary, I think the thing is that my family just doesn't care whether or not I look good or not. What matters to them is that we are all family. Is that something you can even understand? What? But it's not just about your looks. You only have a GED. You're an uneducated troll. You probably couldn't even find your way out of a paper bag. You couldn't even graduate high school. Mary, are you just completely forgetting that the whole reason I had to drop out in the first place was to help my family? Of course they don't care whether I have a diploma, a degree, or even a doctorate. They love me for who I am, and they are thankful for what I did for them at such a critical time. In fact, they were furious when they heard that you were trying to tear me down for that. And not only that, there's so much more. But then, what should I do? I mean, how can we proceed with the marriage if our families haven't even met? Think about it. Do you really think this is fair to Cam? Oh, Mary. Sweet, naive Mary. Cam said that now that he knows who you really are inside, he never wants to have anything to do with you ever again. When I told my family about all of the awful things that you said to me, they all got so upset. Cam said right then and there that the wedding was off as far as he was concerned. And both my parents agreed wholeheartedly. So I guess that's that, isn't it?
Wait! No! That can't be everything! Please, Francine! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for every cruel thing I've ever said to you. I just have a really weird sense of humor that not a lot of people get. But it was just a joke, I promise.
Okay, Mary. Keep going. You're starting to actually show some humanity here. I'm quite surprised, to be honest.
I never meant to make you so upset. But please, from the bottom of my heart, I'm begging you to forgive me. You can come to the meeting. Everyone should be there. Just please, explain to your family that this was all one big misunderstanding.
Wow, you really know how to talk up a storm once you get desperate, huh? I guess you must really want to marry Cam, huh? After all, unlike me, Cam is handsome, graduated from an Ivy League school, and is working at one of the largest firms in the country. He's basically the perfect specimen.
No, it's not that. I like him for who he is. I don't care about his salary or education or anything like that. I just love your brother for who he is as a person. Oh no. How did it come to this? I never wanted it to go this far. I'm so sorry if I hurt your feelings with what I said. Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me, Francine?
No, Mary. I really don't think that I can. Sorry about that. Ever since you started hurling insult after insult at me, you just crossed so many lines that I can never forgive you. Every time we talked, you insisted on making fun of my looks, my weight, my lack of higher education. I never want to have anything to do with you again as long as you live, Mary.
Please, I'm sorry. I have apologized for everything. Shouldn't that be enough? Why won't you forgive me? I'm begging you here.
It's so easy to beg for mercy from behind a phone. But even if you came and got on your knees before me, I still wouldn't forgive you.
Then, well, I could send you a picture of my face and then you could see how sorry I really am.
Ew, no. I don't want that at all. What the heck? Anyways, we were all about to go grab dinner together, so I won't be able to talk anymore. You can ask your parents how it went afterwards. See ya.
My parents are going to be there too? What are you all going to talk about? Why can't I be there? You can't just have our families meet without me being there. It's not fair. Please don't do this.
That's right. So you can just wait for us all to eat. Man, it has been so long since I've gotten to get together with family like this. Anyways, see you.
Francine, don't leave me. You can't do this to me. Please, I'm desperate here. You can't just abandon me like this. You have to help me. Francine! Francine, come back. Please, I'll do anything. You have to do something. Francine, what's the meaning of this? You have got a lot of explaining to do to me. Francine, I'm trying to talk to you. Answer me right this instant.
I have some explaining to do. About what? What are you talking about?
Don't you play dumb with me. Why did my parents tell me that they were cutting me out of their life? I know that you had something to do with it, so you better explain yourself right now.
Oh, you want me to explain about that? Right. Well, it took them long enough to finally break the news to you. I thought they'd already done it, to be honest. But I guess they are your parents after all. So it makes sense that they took this long.
Quit talking about this subject and explain to me what you're talking about right now.
Right. Sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. The thing is that the president of the company that your parents work for has a very close partnership with our company. Well, I guess it's more accurate to say that my dad's company contracts your parents' company for business.
What? I never knew about that.
That's right. And given your behavior towards me, my dad was ready to cut ties completely. Needless to say, as one of your parents' company's biggest contractors, that would have been a huge problem for them. You might think that he's mixing business matters with personal matters a bit too much, but he just couldn't stand the way that you had treated me.
What? He threatened to do all that just over what I was saying to you? That's ridiculous. He's taking all of this way too far. Besides, my parents have nothing to do with this at all. I already agreed to call off the engagement. Shouldn't that have been enough?
So you're really just going to try and pretend like you didn't do anything else after that?
Well, that was just a big misunderstanding.
Do you even know how pathetic you sound right now, Mary? You told everyone you know that you called off the engagement because you couldn't stand the thought of being in a family with someone as ugly and stupid as me. You told everyone that I was the real reason that your marriage didn't happen because I was so ugly.
But I was just upset. I didn't know what I was saying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to cause any more trouble. I was just so hurt with the way things went.
You can beg and plead all you want, but you aren't going to fool anyone. You were upset over this and decided to go around spreading awful rumors about me and lying about your engagement, and now you're getting what you deserve. You have no one to blame but yourself.
Francine, please, I'm so sorry. My parents came home so furious from that dinner with your family. They basically screamed at me. After that, I broke off the engagement, but was still so furious with what had happened that I just couldn't help myself. And now my parents are saying that they don't want to have anything to do with me ever again. I've lost everything because of this. Please, you have to understand. There's no one else left in my life now. What am I supposed to do after this? How can I patch up any of these relationships now?
This is all because of you. You just couldn't let this go, and you had to go and make things much worse for yourself when you could have just left it well alone. Everything that's happening to you now is the result of your own decisions. Take responsibility for what you have done.
You're right, and I see now that that was wrong of me. I'm sorry. I will never do anything like this ever again. Ever. I promise. I regret it all. Please, I'm being so sincere right now. You have to believe me. So please just talk to my parents and convince them to take me back. That's all I want. I'm begging you, Francine. You're my only hope. Don't you see that? You have to help me.
Mary, I've already told you. I'll never accept your apologies or forgive you for what you've done to me. That's final. It's like you said, we are both adults. So why don't you start acting like it and take responsibility for what you have done? And I don't want to ever hear from you again. I'm going to block you on every medium I know. Goodbye forever and good riddance. Don't ever try to reach out to me again. Do you understand?
Franny, please, you can't do this to me. Francine, please, I'm begging you. Did you already block me? Francine!
Whether it was from the sheer shock of being cut off by her parents, or because she was already known for always slacking at work, Mary was eventually forced to quit her job. But who knows what the truth really is? Either way, I can't imagine that she's having much fun with her life now. As for me, my parents and little brother Cam agree with me that family is the most important thing in the world. They told me that they have always been grateful for me and were so sorry for what Mary put me through. Of course, I already knew that, but after hearing them say it, I was really able to feel closer to them than ever before. I suppose I can thank Mary for that, if nothing else. Still, the next time that Cam decides to bring home a new girlfriend, I can only hope that she's better than Mary. But then again, that's a pretty low bar to meet. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, I had something I wanted to ask you about. It's about your dad's company. Do you have time right now?
About Dad's company? What do you want to know?
Do you think you could get me a job?
Oh, is something up? This is kind of sudden. Are you looking for work? You already have a job. Did something happen, Amir?
I did. I do. It's just that there have been some issues for me at work. My manager doesn't like me for some reason, and he's been giving me a lot of trouble lately. I've been trying to decide what to do. I think it might be best for me if I just quit and find something else.
Oh, wow, really? You've never mentioned anything about it before. I had no idea.
I didn't want to complain. I thought I could do anything if I really put my mind to it. I'm tough enough to handle most things. But my manager is really making life hard for me. He's managed to make a lot of the staff dislike me. I feel really isolated at work. It's gotten to the point that I hate coming to work every day and I don't really feel like I have a future here.
Really? That sounds awful. I'm sorry to hear it.
I thought about trying to change departments or to ask for a transfer, but it really isn't a great time of year for that. Since we're getting married soon, I thought it would be better to see if maybe your dad could get me a job at his place instead. It seemed like it might be a better option in the long run anyway.
I don't know. I guess I could ask. Have you thought about talking to him yourself?
It's not that easy for me just to outright ask him about it. He's your dad and I want him to think well of me. It feels a bit weird to ask him myself. I don't want him to think that I want special treatment or that I need help getting a job. I know I could find something, but it could be really nice to work for him.
I get that. I might feel weird going to your father for a favor too. Just keep in mind they do completely different work at his company than what you're used to. It would be a pretty big change. Are you sure you'd be okay with that?
I've already given it plenty of thought. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm pretty good at adapting. I can roll with just about anything, and change doesn't really bother me at all. Honestly, I like a challenge. I'm sure I could do well at your dad's company. It won't take me long to pick it all up and fit in perfectly.
If you say so.
I'm sure of it. Besides, wouldn't it make your dad happy to have me working there? It's a nice way to be closer to each other. I think he'd be proud to work side by side with his son-in-law. If I can do a really good job, I may even inherit the company from him one day.
Well, that's never gonna happen. No offense. I have an older brother, in case you've forgotten. He's gonna inherit the company. Dad's been planning that since we were kids.
There's always a chance. Never say never, right? If I work really hard, I could show more dedication and do a better job than your brother. It's possible I could become head of the company one day if I show your father I have what it takes. If I manage to pull it off, that would make you the president's wife, right? How does that sound, Gemma? Kind of fancy, right?
To be honest, that sort of thing just doesn't matter that much to me. I don't care what your job is if you're happy. Either way, anything involving the company is up to my dad. It's his company, he's the one that makes the decisions.
Of course. But can you try asking him for me? I would really appreciate it. Obviously, I'll talk to him about it too. I just thought it would sound better if it came from you first. Make it sound like it's your idea. If it's something you want, I'm sure he'll be keen.
I'll give it a try. I'll let you know what he says. But keep in mind that it isn't a sure thing, okay? Don't just quit your job yet. I think it's a good idea to keep looking around for something else. Maybe you could still ask for a transfer.
I totally get that. I don't want your dad to think I'm a loser or anything. We're getting married soon, and I don't want to be unemployed when we start our future together either.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I'll keep looking for something. Who knows, I may get lucky, but I'll also be waiting to hear back about your dad's company too. Thanks, babe.
Okay, I'm telling you not to expect too much, okay?
Oh, I almost forgot. Don't worry about making dinner tonight. I'm grabbing dinner with some friends before I head home.
What? Again? You've been going out almost every night lately.
It is what it is. I have a lot of friends. It's one of the few ways we get to see each other. I've got the day after tomorrow off. Why don't we spend the day together? I mean the whole day. We could do whatever you like. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds good to me. Just don't drink too much tonight, okay? You don't want a hangover at work tomorrow.
You don't have to worry about me. I'll have a drink or two at most, promise.
He showed up just like I knew he would. It's always the same with this guy. He come waltzing in with his chest all puffed up and acting like he's the king of the place. So, do you want to call it? No, not yet. Please wait just a little longer. I haven't made up my mind just yet. You haven't made up your mind yet? Don't you think you've heard enough to know what a piece of crap he is? What else do you need? You've got all the pictures I've taken, and there are plenty of those. Isn't that enough? Of course I'm going to confront him about it. I'm going to make him pay. And I really appreciate your help, Jade. You're the one that put me onto him. If it weren't for you, I'd have no idea. But I don't think it's the right time just yet. I just want to make sure I have everything lined up. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. Girl, you can be scary sometimes. I'm sorry he turned out to be such a rat, but it's good that you found out early. Way better to know early than late. I'm glad you got to see the real him. Yeah, that's true. I wish I'd found out before we got engaged. At least we aren't married yet. That would be so much worse. Well, it looks like he's gonna have another big night tonight. Do you want me to do the usual? Yes, please. I'll pay you for your trouble. Don't be ridiculous. You don't have to pay me. You and I are old friends, Gemma. You don't owe me anything. Plus, I want to see this guy go down for hurting my friend. That's really sweet of you, Jade. But isn't this pretty stressful for you? You're having to deal with that idiot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's such a pompous dum-dum. He's what my mom would call dumber than a sack of potatoes. Every time he opens his mouth, I just see a baked potato talking in my head. It's all I can imagine. What on earth? But you aren't wrong. He can be a real blowhard. Oh, hey, he's coming over. I'll tell you all about it later. Okay, thanks. You're the best. Hello, Amir. Are you going to be coming home on time tonight? I have something I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Uh-oh, is it big? Is it something we could just text, or do we need to talk about it in person?
In person, please. It's about our future. It's too important for text.
Oh, is it about the job? Did you finally talk to your dad for me? I was hoping you would. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to talk to you about it when you got home. I mean, if it isn't going to be too late.
Dang, today's gonna be tough. I've already got plans. I'm gonna go out with some people to grab a drink after work today. But you can go ahead and tell me over text. I don't mind. I want to hear how it went ASAP. What did he say? Should I go ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice now? Or did he want to wait for the end of the month?
I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. They don't have a job open for you. They can't hire you right now.
Huh? Nothing?
He said that you just don't have the kind of experience they're looking for. The work is just really different from anything you've done before. Also, they don't really like the thought of nepotism. It would be different if you had some relevant experience, but just using your connection to get a job doesn't really sit well with my dad.
Are you serious? What is his freaking problem? I'm his future son-in-law, for crying out loud. What did you say to him? Did you even try to convince him?
I did try, but he said there really wasn't any way he could give you a job.
Well, crap. Okay then. You aren't very helpful, are you?
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that you're totally useless. I just asked you for this one small thing and you couldn't pull it off. Do you even really want to marry me? You can't even do something this simple for me. What's the point? Why should we get married if you can't even do the littlest thing for me, huh? What's in it for me?
What's in it for you? I thought you wanted to get married because you loved me. Isn't that the point?
Don't be so naive. I mean, I like you just fine. You'll do, but your dad is loaded. That's the main reason I wanted to marry you. You seriously didn't realize? You really think I'm just marrying you for you and that the money has nothing to do with it? That's so pathetic that it's kind of cute, actually.
How can you say that? That's awful.
I'm the one that's awful? Take a look in the mirror, kid. You couldn't even help me get a job with your dad, even though I asked you nicely. You're his daughter. You could have talked him into it if you really wanted to. Dads are always suckers for their little girls, no matter how old they get. I'm your fiance, for God's sake. The least you could do is help me out a little. You should really think about what you're bringing to the table here.
What I'm bringing to the table?
It's your fault that I can get a job with your dad's company. You must have screwed it up somehow. Maybe you didn't ask the right questions. Maybe you made me look bad. You're the problem, not me. If you can't do anything for me, I don't need you around.
You don't need me. Excuse me, what are you saying?
Wow, you really are dense, aren't you? I'm saying that I don't need you. I don't want you. You're just in the way, a nuisance. There won't be any wedding. We aren't getting married.
I'm in your way? Seriously?
Here's the deal. You can go to your dad and have a heart-to-heart with him. Get him to hire me. More importantly, make sure he promises that I'm going to inherit the company. I'll be the head of the business when he retires. If you can handle that, we can get married. If you can't, I'm going to want that ring back. So what'll it be?
You're asking me?
I'm telling you, if you really work that pea brain of yours, I think you'll figure it out. Do you really want to get married or not? I'm a good catch. I can have another girl lined up in a minute, so you'd better think fast. Until you can figure out how to make your dad give me the job, consider the engagement off.
The engagement is off? What are you even saying? Are you breaking up with me?
Oh my god, Gemma, how are you not getting this? Is there a brain in that little head of yours? It's like the lights are on, but nobody's home. I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. You'll figure it out eventually. Talk to you later.
Wait just a minute. Don't go right now. Amir, don't ignore me, please. Ah, here he showed up. Is it cool if I head over too? Yeah, that's fine. It's all pretty much over between us now. I'm sorry to ask for your help when it's so late in the evening. I just want a little more evidence. Oh, please, it's fine. I hear he's saying he can't go home tonight. I think it's about that time. This is gonna be good. Yeah, I think you're right. I really genuinely appreciate you. Oh, stop it. I'm just doing what any friend would do. I can't see you with a guy like him, Gemma. I'm just glad you're finally breaking up. It's about time. You deserve so much better than that sleazeball. Thanks for saying that. It makes me feel a little better. I feel like such an idiot that I couldn't see through him. It's like I was blind because he was mine. I wanted him to be the person I hoped he was. Don't feel bad. Lots of people do that. You were trying to see the good in him. That's all. And he's handsome and puts on a good show. He can be very convincing when he puts his mind to it. If I didn't know better, I might not know it's all an act either. No wonder you fell for him. Yeah, he really played me. I'm going to be super careful from now on. I'm not getting used by another man ever again. Oh, yeah. I have all the data I've collected so far. I've got recordings, pictures, text messages. I've got the works. I'll bring it all with me. Thank you so much. What on earth would I do without you, Jade? Maybe I'll quit my job and become a private investigator. Ooh, I could go undercover. How cool would that be? I could be a spy. Sexy, right? That's not a bad idea. No joke, you're actually really good at this. and you seem like you enjoy it. I'll bet I can find a job just like that. Oh, speaking of finding things, he still hasn't caught on to me at all. I almost can't believe it myself. He just yammers away, saying anything and everything. He hasn't noticed a thing. It's been pretty fun, actually. He isn't exactly the cautious type. Plus, he loves an audience. I think it's all gone exactly like you thought it would. I should have known you'd be right. Yeah, thankfully he's an idiot. It made it easy to do my job. On that note, I'm ready, so I'm gonna head out. Okay, thanks. I'll be waiting.
Well, have you had a chance to think things over? Hey, you, don't ignore me. Text me back. I hope you have some good news for me. Did you talk to your dad yet? I've given you plenty of time. When should I plan to start the new job? Have you got some dates for me yet? Are you ignoring me? You better not be. I can't seem to find you anywhere. You ran off and left the apartment without even leaving a note. And you aren't at your parents' house either, apparently. So where are you? What are you trying to do? Make me mad? Is this some kind of game to you? I said, answer me. I really wish you would answer me. I miss you and I'm worried about you. I'm trying to be serious with you. I wish you would listen to me. Don't you understand? I quit my job, did you know? I'm counting on you. I took a leap of faith when I quit because I know you'll come through for me. You're all that I have left. You're everything to me now. We should work together. We can go to your father and tell him that we'll take good care of his company. He'll be happy, won't he, knowing the company's in such good hands? I've been waiting for you in this empty apartment all by myself. I just wander room to room, hoping to find you there. I haven't been good enough to you. I shouldn't have been such a burden. Once I start the job at your dad's company, I'll be better. I'll put you first. You'll be the most important thing in my life. I'll wait another week. You can take the time you need. I'll be here. Come home, Gemma, please. I miss you.
Oh my gosh, Jade, you won't believe this. I must have 1,000 messages from him at this point. My inbox is full. Whoa! Well, congratulations. I don't really feel like celebrating, but I finally got everything done. I'm ready to take him on. Okay, now that does deserve a celebration. Well done. A month can be a long time, can't it? I'll bet it's gonna be worth the wait. Yeah, it was a long time, but watching him get more and more romantic over time was actually kind of fun. He started sounding more like Romeo than himself. Romeo? Did he send you poetry or something? Gemma, Gemma, wherefore art thou Gemma? But really, he hasn't changed at all, has he? He's still his same old slimy self. What do you mean? Oh, well, that's just perfect. Same old Amir. Isn't it? I've collected screenshots from several different people. I'll save them all for you. I could print them out and put them into an album if you like. Wouldn't that be fun? Just the files, please. Thank you so much. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. Me too. I can't help myself. I can't wait to see his face. What do you think it'll look like? I bet he grabs his things and runs out of the apartment. I'd put $100 on it. Oh, we're better now. I'll bet $200 he doesn't even stop to get his things. He just keeps running. Maybe he'll even cry. You should know I think he's running out of cash these days. I haven't seen him going out much lately. I doubt he has the cash to spend on drinking and partying anymore. You might as well hit him where it hurts. The time is right. That's the plan. Even if he isn't home, I don't mind waiting for him. I'm gonna give him exactly what's coming to him, and I can't wait. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you then. I'm home right now. Where have you gone? Will you be home soon?
Huh? You came back? Thank God, I was starting to think you would never come home, Gemma. I can't drop exactly what I'm doing right now. Can you just wait a little bit? I'll be there as soon as I can. I have something I want to show you.
I also have a present for you. Several, actually.
Several? Huh? Did you buy me some suits? That makes sense. If I'm gonna be starting a new job for your dad, I need to look the part. It's just like you to think of something like that for me. You've got everything set up for me, right? You're the best.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
What do you mean that would have been nice? I don't think I follow you. Can't you be a little more clear? Anyway, I'm just glad you're back home. I feel so much better knowing that you're right there now.
That's good to hear. Why don't you hurry home now? I'm waiting on you.
I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm kind of in the middle of something right this minute. Just wait a little while, okay? I'll be there soon. I'll hurry.
I understand. Just come as fast as you can. What is up with you? You can't just run away the second you see someone's face. You barely came in before you ran back out the door. Don't you think that was a bit rude?
Don't joke about it. It isn't funny. Why was everyone at the apartment? Even your dad was there. And Jade too. What was she doing there? And how does she know where we live?
What? I didn't tell you? Jade is one of my best friends. We've known each other since we were little girls. I thought you would have known that. You guys work at the same place.
Huh?
I guess she is pretty quiet around work. I think she keeps it pretty toned down at the office. I'm not that surprised you didn't notice her there.
Wait, are you serious? You've got to be lying. I thought Jade was a stripper.
She has 2 jobs, actually. Oh, but then I guess I shouldn't say you work at the same place anyway. I should say you used to work at the same place. Considering you quit your job, you don't work anywhere.
Wait just a minute. What's going on here? You've completely ignored me for the last month, and now you show up with your family and friends? What the heck have you been up to? What are you planning?
Today, I plan to ruin your life.
Ruin my life? What are you saying? Why would you want to do that?
The entire time you've been engaged to me, you've been wasting your time and money fooling around with other girls. You cheat on me all the time. You even cheat on the girls you cheat on me with. You've been hanging out in bars and strip clubs almost every night. And you didn't quit your job. You messed up so badly at work that they fired you. I know everything. I know every little thing.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Someone has been lying to you. You! Where did you get that?
What? Do you have something to say? I'm engaged to the oldest daughter of an important businessman. They have a huge company. Once I marry her, I'll become head of the company. Then I can ditch the ugly broad and marry you instead. You're the one I really want. Is that what you wanted to say?
No, that's just... It's not like that.
That's not all. I have so many pictures of you going into hotels with other women. So many other women. I don't even know how you find them. You said that if you really cried and clung to me, I was sure to get you an even better position in the company. You'd jump straight to running the place. And then you'd jump straight out of our marriage and into someone else's.
What? Where did you hear that? I said no such thing.
Oh, really? That's funny, because all of it was recorded. I've listened and that sounds like exactly what you said. Would you like to listen? It's pretty interesting.
How?
You kept going back to the club Jade works at. You always run your mouth. You couldn't resist bragging to the other guys at the bar and talking yourself up to all the dancers, could you? You never even realized you were being recorded. You just went on and on about your big, bright future running the company and leaving me behind.
Jade, she always looked like she was so thrilled to listen to me. I should have known she was up to something. That little liar. She's just as responsible as I am for pouring me drinks and egging me on. This is all her fault.
She's been a great friend to me. She supported me and given me a lot of strength. And she's also helped me see what a stupid jerk you are. You can't blame her for anything. You didn't even notice she worked at the same office as you during the day. It's not like she had to be sneaky to record you or take pictures. Apparently, you wouldn't notice an elephant if it walked right in front of you.
That's totally different. She never even looked like the same person. You should have seen her with all the makeup on. I think that she even wore a wig. That is not how she dresses at the office.
Of course she doesn't. That's why you didn't notice her. You like a flashy girl with a bunch of makeup, don't you? Pretty much the opposite of me.
Don't jerk me around. This isn't funny, Gemma. Are you trying to make me look like an idiot?
Don't try to blame me for this. This is all your fault. You've been running around behind my back the entire time.
It's not that big of a deal. I may have cheated once or twice, but most guys do. If you really wanted to marry me, you wouldn't freak out about it. You'd let it go.
Are you really that stupid? No one wants to marry a cheater. They just get duped into it. Who would want to marry somebody like you anyway? What's in it for me?
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you want to know the real reason my dad wouldn't have hired you? It didn't matter if I wanted him to or not. You completely lack the skills and ability to do the job. You'd be totally useless to the company.
There's no way of knowing that. He won't know if he can do it or not unless he gives me the chance to try.
He doesn't just give free handouts to anybody, you know. The company doesn't need someone that doesn't have any experience or even any good sense. They couldn't even train you to do the work. You don't have the brains for it.
Wait just a minute, you. Who are you all of a sudden? You've never been this brave before. You won't have anything left if you break up with me. You know that, right?
Me? You're the one that won't have anything. Our apartment lease is up at the end of the month, and you don't have any money to renew the lease. You can't possibly pay the rent. You don't have a job. You don't have any prospects for one either. You can't even go back to stay with your parents at this point.
Huh?
You ran out the door before I could even talk to you. I would have told you if you would have let me. I spoke with your parents. They've seen everything as well. They know exactly what kind of a man you are. They said they'd never let you come back to live with them again after what you've done. They're too embarrassed to even call you their son.
Now you wait just a damn minute. What are you talking about? Why would they do that?
You're asking me why? Because they saw the photos, the texts, they saw everything. What did you do the entire time we were engaged? You cheated on me over and over again. You told me that I was useless and in your way when you couldn't get a job. I'm pretty sure that now that you've been fired, I'm a lot more useful than you are.
That's why I should get a job at your dad's company. If you'd help me out, it wouldn't be a problem.
No thank you. They don't need to hire a waste of space like you. They're looking for recruits with some actual talent.
Why are you acting like this? I'm your fiancé, for crying out loud.
I don't think I know what you're talking about. I don't think I have a fiancé. Who was it that cheated on me over and over again? Who was it that told me the engagement was off? Who threatened to leave me?
I just said that to light a fire under you.
You were trying to light a fire under me? You lit a fire, all right, but all you did was burn a bridge. I did everything for you. I kept the apartment clean. I ran all the errands. Every day when you walked in and dropped your suit on the floor, I'm the one that picked it up and put it on a hanger. I'm the one that took it to the cleaners at the end of the week. I made you lunch to take to work. I made you dinner to come home to every night. That's the woman you wanted to light a fire under?
That's stuff most wives do anyway. It isn't anything special.
We aren't even married yet. I didn't have to do squat for you if I didn't want to. Everything I've ever done for you has been because I cared about you. None of it was my duty. It was my way of saying I loved you. At this point, all of my warm feelings for you have completely dried up. I don't feel anything but anger and bitterness towards you now. When I think about your face, I just want to scream.
Hang on. Are you saying you aren't going to marry me anymore? You're serious about that?
Are you crazy? How could you possibly think I would still want to marry you after everything you've done to me? If you think I'd spend the rest of my life with you, then you must have lost your mind. I'm not gonna marry you, but I am gonna sue you. I'm taking you to small claims court. You owe me for the pain and suffering you've caused, and all the money I've spent on our lives together. I know a judge will side with me considering all the photos I have, and I can show how much money you were sticking in dancers' belts instead of in our bank account too. Jade took plenty of pictures for me.
What? Sue me? Hang on a second. You can't do that. It feels like you've pulled a trick on me. Were you planning this whole time? Was this some kind of game for you?
I never tricked you. I didn't do anything to you. I was so stupid I was actually in love with you, but not anymore. You brought this on yourself. You fooled yourself into thinking you could have it all. You wanted my dad's company but a trophy wife. You thought you could have your cake and eat it too. Think again. You've been lying to me the whole time and just using me to get to my dad, his money, and his company. You're the one that's been playing tricks.
That was never my plan.
Oh, really? So, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who was planning to leave me for someone else? Who was spending all our money on girls?
No, this is all just a big misunderstanding. I never cared about the other girls. You're the one I really wanted. I was never gonna leave you. Don't sue me. Let's not make this ugly and drag all our personal business out in public like that.
You're wasting your breath. You might as well stop. In fact, I'm asking you to stop. I don't want to listen to you anymore. I don't want to waste another second of my life on you. In case you haven't figured this out yet, we are done. It's over between you and me.
Wait a moment, I can explain. You're right, I was wrong. I made a mistake. But from here on out, you'll be my number one. I'll do my best and take good care of you. You'll be the most important thing in my life. Just give me another chance.
Don't worry about me. I'll take care of me and be my own number one from here. You should be spending your time looking for a job instead of chasing after me. If you don't come up with a job soon, you won't be able to pay your bills. If you can't come up with the money for the lease soon, you'll end up homeless. Wouldn't that be a shame?
That's taking it a bit too far, don't you think? Just listen to me. Let me explain. I can explain everything if you just give me a chance. Gemma, please.
Amir's parents were ashamed of everything their son had done to me. They didn't want to see us fighting in court, so they offered to pay me a settlement. It would at least cover some of the money I'd spent on our home while he was out chasing other women. His parents made a deal with him that he could repay them over time. The settlement felt fair enough to me, and they can sort out the repayments between themselves. I just didn't want him to get away with what he'd done with no punishment at all. I hear that I'm not the only one Amir owed money to. Apparently, he'd run up a lot of credit card debt while he was unemployed. He also had a pretty big tab at some of the clubs he was visiting. He's going to be paying things off for a long time to come. I don't know if he'll ever manage to pay it all back. Me, I moved. I found a new place to live that isn't too far from my parents' place. I wanted to do something special for Jade after everything she'd done for me. I picked a really nice steakhouse to take her to, and we went out, just the two of us. The truth of the matter is that she works at her brother's cabaret club as a manager, but she decided to pretend to be one of the dancers during our little investigation. Her day job doesn't mind that she has a second job. She's a good worker and always gets her job done with a smile. They're happy to have her there. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if Jade hadn't spotted Amir in the club and called me. What if I'd married him without ever knowing what he was planning? That's a really terrifying thought. I feel so relieved to have gotten away from him. I feel like I dodged a bullet. From now on, I'm going to live my life for me. No more bending over backwards to please some man that doesn't even care about me. I'm going to have a great life, and it's going to be on my terms. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button.
Sweetheart, thank you so much for helping out with the funeral. It must have been really hard for you. I hope you're not too exhausted. Thank you for doing so much. We could all see how much you cared about your mother.
No, it was fine. It wasn't strenuous at all. I told you I'd help. It's the least I could do considering how much Mom did for me. Besides, you did a lot more than me. I hope it wasn't too stressful for you.
It was a little tough on me. I had to work night and day so that we would have enough money for the funeral. But all the overtime was worth it to give your mother a proper send-off. I prayed that every night she would recover, or that the doctors would find some kind of miracle cure. But nothing could, and I don't know if I'll ever recover. In the end, I feel so useless that it didn't work. There was no way to save her. Life is cruel. I feel worse for you. You're still in high school. It's a sensitive time in your youth, a time for growth and development. To have to go through this at such a young age is terrible. I hope you can recover and move on from this.
Don't worry about me, Dad. I may be young, but I can take it. I'm old enough to understand and come to terms with what has happened to us. Life is cruel, I know, but I can make peace with it. There is nothing we can do but feel the pain and then try to move on. This whole affair has hurt me. Seeing Mother so sick and then seeing her die cut deep. But I can't just wallow in pain for the rest of my life. I will have to move on as best I can.
I'm so happy to hear that, Melanie. You're very mature for your age. However, I still feel as if I let you down. I only wish I could have done more. But sometimes life gives you a rough time. What can we do? From now, I'll try my best to make you happy. I only hope that your dreams can come true. Now that your mother is gone, we'll have to do our best to live happy and fulfilling lives.
That's right. We need to have a positive attitude about the future. At least we still have each other. We'll have to move on and fight for a better future. Don't let the setbacks of life hold us down. We can do it. Dad, are you there? I want to ask you something. Is it okay if I come and visit you? I'm going to bring a friend with me. I hope you don't mind.
Sure, honey. How long do you want to come for?
We'd like to stay with you for 3 nights. Is that all right?
I thought that you were going to Florida on holiday. I thought you had it all planned out. You seem to be really looking forward to it.
We were originally going to do that, but we thought about it and realized we'd both been there many times already. I'd rather do something different, so I thought we'd come visit you. We can see you, and also there are some restaurants in your area that I haven't been to. It'd be nice to go there and try something new for a change. What do you think?
It seems like a good idea to me. When you're young, you should travel as much as you can. Go out and experience the world. You only live once. You don't want to get old and regret not doing more when you could. You've had some great experiences that will help you in life. If you want to come and see me, then I'm not going to stop you. Like you said, there are some places around here that you've never been to. It can be like sort of a vacation.
Great! I'm looking forward to it then. I heard there was a lot of construction going on in your area at the moment, though. Are the roads pretty busy? I don't want to get stuck in traffic.
Yeah, the roads are packed. But don't you worry. I know the roads around here, really. I'll send you some directions that should let you avoid most of it. I've done a lot of driving myself today. I had to go to a meeting with the president of my company, and I managed to get here without hitting any of it.
Oh, are you still at your meeting?
Oh no, the meeting's finished. I'm in the lobby having a coffee.
You always did enjoy a good coffee. I can't wait to come and see you. I'll buy something for you on the way.
Okay, looking forward to seeing you. It's gonna be nice to meet your friend. I'm sure you'll have a nice time here. Drive safe. Hey there, how are you?
Oh, hey there. I'm okay, how are you?
Sorry I didn't contact you for a while. I've had some things to do. Were you waiting for me?
I wouldn't say I was waiting. I did notice you hadn't contacted me for a while.
Sorry about that. I know it was me who asked for your number after all, so it's only fair that I make the first move. I shouldn't have kept you waiting. I'm here now, though, so we can talk.
I don't usually give my number to random guys, but this time was different.
Why? Because I'm such a good-looking guy? You just couldn't resist me?
Wow, where did this confidence come from? Is that how you like to talk to women? Cocky and confident? Do people often tell you that you're handsome?
Not really. Sometimes people say that, but not often. I guess it's just natural for me to have confidence. It's good to love yourself. Look after yourself at all times and want the best for yourself.
I guess you're right. It's a good attitude to have. A lot of people don't have enough confidence these days. Too much social media, maybe. It makes them doubt themselves. But you're clearly doing all right. Maybe I should be more like you. Maybe we all should.
Thank you. Anyway, last time we spoke, we talked about the hotel you work at. Is it famous?
No, I don't think so. It's just a regular hotel. Originally, I thought about trying to get a job at a luxury place, but the competition was really fierce. I think it's a nice hotel, though. Really well kept.
Oh, really? It looks a bit shoddy from the outside. Does it have everything that customers need? I saw some pictures of the lobby, though. It looks good enough.
Yeah, it's not just about the outside appearance. The inside is important, too. More important, in fact. They're gonna improve the exterior at a later date. The interior is great, don't you worry about it.
It must have cost a lot of money to improve the place. It'll cost them even more to do the outside.
That's true.
You seem to know what you're talking about. Do you remember my name? I'm Johnny.
Yeah, of course I remember you. Actually, I was looking at your social media earlier. I noticed you were using a different name.
Oh, that's just the name I use on social media. I'm a private guy, so I use a different name. Also, you don't know who will see your social media profile. I don't want any stalkers, you know? Do you know my last name?
No, what is it?
It's Hilton, just like the hotel chain. Funny, isn't it?
Hilton? Oh, I see. Where are you from?
I'm from Washington State. My family works in the hotel business. I work for my family.
Hilton Hotels?
No, not there. But we do pretty well for ourselves.
Great, that's nice to hear. If I were as rich as you, I wouldn't bother to work. I just spend my time relaxing. Maybe traveling or doing some charity work. It'd be a wonderful life.
I like the daily grind. I like to push myself to achieve something every day. Are you free? Do you want to meet up with me? It would be a nice chance for you to meet a guy like me.
That is very forward of you. We barely know each other. I think we should get to know each other better before we meet in person. It's not safe for girls these days. You have to be careful when you meet someone. Isn't that fair?
Oh, am I being too forward? I am a bit impatient at times. It's difficult for me to understand life from a woman's perspective. Forgive me, it's just my last girlfriend fell in love with me so quickly. We met and it was love at first sight. She was really crazy for me. I just presumed every girl would be like that.
Oh, well, sadly I'm not your ex-girlfriend. I'm a completely different type of girl. I'm cautious, especially around men. I like to take things slow.
I'm coming to New York soon, so do you think we'd be able to meet then? I'd love to meet you.
I'd need to think about it. I'm not saying no, but I just need some time to think it over.
Okay, well, let me know when you decide. I assure you, you won't regret it. Did you get home safely?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know my way around New York, so I got home safely. I can handle myself.
Yeah, but sometimes people get lost. It can be crowded and dangerous in the big city.
I'm fine. When are you gonna go back home?
I'm not going home.
But what about the hotel business? Don't you need to go back and manage that? I thought you had a lot of work to do.
No, it's fine. There's nothing for me to do. I hired someone to do my daily work for me. I don't need to be involved in the daily management of business if I don't want to. I told my parents about it, but they came around. At first, they were a bit unhappy, but they came around. It's not like they had a lot of choice.
Really? Do you just tell your parents what to do like that? I can't believe it.
They have to accept it. They can't control me. I'm an adult now, and with my work, I call the shots. Anyway, that's not important. How about you today? What are you doing? You want to spend some time with me?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure. You are a fun guy, but I don't know.
Ah, what a disappointment. Why don't you come out and meet me? I'm a great guy. I promise we'll have a fun time together. How can you say no?
Okay, why not? I haven't noticed anything wrong with you. I don't really have a reason to say no. Let's give it a shot.
Wow, finally, you have made my day. I could get up and dance right now.
Dance? Is it really that exciting for you?
Sure it is. I like you. I'm always hoping we can spend more time together. Why not let you know my inner feelings?
Well, I guess we could be a bit more open, couldn't we?
Agreed. I am gonna show you a great time. You won't regret it.
I certainly hope not. But sure, I'm looking forward to it.
How are you when it comes to talking to older people? Does it come naturally, or do you find it a bit uncomfortable?
I'm fine with it. Some of the people at work are a lot older than me, but I get along with them just fine.
That's fortunate.
Why do you ask?
I just struggle to communicate with my mother. It seems like we're from different worlds. We just don't understand each other. But she's thinking of coming up to New York this weekend. You could meet her if you want. What do you think?
You're asking me to meet your mother?
Do you not want to?
No, it's fine. It's just we've been talking about getting married. It's been 2 years now. It's probably a good time to finally meet her.
Good, I'm glad it's not a problem. My mother is a lovely woman. You'll like her. I'm sure she'll like you as soon as she meets you.
Really? You think so?
Just you wait and see.
Hello, did you get home safely?
Yes, I'm home. Thanks for asking. It was so busy in New York. Is it always like that? I don't know how you cope.
Yes, it's always busy. You get used to it after a while.
I couldn't cope. It was awful. It was like a literal hell on earth.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it.
The air quality was terrible, too.
You're right, the air has been bad recently. I'm sorry about that, too. Next time we meet, maybe I should come down and see you.
That might be a good idea. I heard that you're thinking of getting married to my son.
That's right. We've been thinking about it for a long time, actually.
I suppose you're just like him, are you? You know a lot about golf and luxury goods. Do you also work in the hotel business? He loves to play golf at the Hilton Springs. He does it almost every day.
To be honest, I don't actually know that much about golf. I do know a lot about luxury brands, though. I saw you had a bag, a Chanel bag. It looked like a new one.
Chanel, that's right. But do you know the exact item?
No, I'm not sure about the exact bag.
Oh, then you're not much of an expert then, are you? I went to Paris a while ago and bought it. It was a limited edition. There are not many bags like this in the world. I'm one of the lucky few. Maybe it would be too expensive for you.
Maybe you're right. Anyway, it really suits you. It looks good with you.
Of course it suits me. I'm a high-status woman. Of course I look good with high-status bags. So are you really serious about getting married to Johnny? In that case, we need to organize a family meeting.
A family meeting?
Yes, I want to meet your parents. We should all get to know each other. It'd be wonderful for us to get a bit closer. We're all going to be family after all.
That's right. I'll speak to my father about it. I'm sure he'll be glad to meet you.
Great. Don't stress over it either. It'll be fun. Are you free in 2 weeks' time?
2 weeks? Yes, I'm free. I can come down and meet you.
Of course you will. I wasn't expecting you to say no. It's compulsory.
I understand. See you soon. Hey, Dad, what are you doing Saturday 2 weeks from now? There's something important that I want you to come to. Do you have free time, or is it going to be too much trouble?
Nothing special. Just my day off. I was planning to have a good rest. I've been working hard recently, so I really wanted some time off to recharge. Why? What is it? How important is this event? If it's really important, then I can probably make time.
It's to do with Johnny. Do you remember him? I told you about him before.
Johnny? I know, you told me. The guy you're with.
I spoke to his mother yesterday. She knows that we're thinking about marriage, so she suggested that we all meet together. We could talk about things and also get to know each other. She suggested Saturday in 2 weeks. I couldn't say no, could I? I hope it's okay with you.
You're thinking of getting married? Isn't it too early to be doing this kind of stuff? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Have you really thought about it properly?
It's been 2 years, Dad. Why not do these things now? What am I delaying for?
He is a nice guy and his family is a good family. Maybe it's a good choice for you. How about his mother? What's she like?
She seems fine to me. She's a cute little old lady.
Cute? Really? I guess I should come and meet her. We can go together. If you're serious about marriage, then why wait? We don't want to leave it too long, do we?
Exactly. I'll let you know the exact details soon.
Well, that was something, wasn't it? Don't you think they looked down on us a bit? How could they talk to us like that? And why were they asking so many questions about money? Isn't that private? Oh, I'm not sure about them, but if you really like that guy, then I'm not gonna stop you from marrying him.
No, I agree with you. I was shocked by the way they spoke to you. I think that maybe I've changed my mind. I'm not so sure anymore. He was always so proud about his business and his family. He seemed to be a bit arrogant, but I just got used to it. However, he was so rude to you today. It seems like they don't really respect us. It's not acceptable. I'm sorry about that, Dad. I feel like they insulted you. Please try to forget about it.
Oh, don't apologize. You're a nice girl, and it wasn't you being rude. It's their fault, and only theirs. If I'd known they were gonna be like this, then I never would have agreed to meet them.
I have something I want to say.
Really? What is it? In fact, I have something to say too.
Who first then? Should I go first or you?
I'll go first. I've changed my mind about us. I just don't see a future for us.
I had the same thought. I can't see us getting married either. I don't think we are suitable for each other.
Oh, really? Is that what you think? I spoke with my mother and she told me that I couldn't get married to a girl like you. She told me that your family background wasn't compatible with our family. She said I should find a girl who's closer to us in terms of wealth and status. I agreed to meet with your dad, but it seems it wasn't a good decision. I've been having second thoughts about the whole situation.
Oh, I get it. You're from a wealthy family. All that money you make in the hotel business. It must be strange for you to interact with a normal girl like me. You shouldn't judge people based on their status, though. You should care about what kind of a person they are on the inside. That's the most important thing.
We need to be realistic. My family's wealthy. We need a girl that's on our level in order for us to be happy. You can do the same too. You go and find a guy who's similar to you. You can live happily ever after with him.
I've had enough of you. Goodbye.
Melanie, are you busy now? I want to talk with you.
I'm free. Today is my day off. I've just been sitting here at home resting. What's the matter?
Well, something came up. Do you remember that guy you used to date? The one you thought about marrying until we had that big meeting?
Yeah, Johnny. Of course I remember.
I'm working on a hotel right now, and there is another hotel just across the street. Turns out that hotel belongs to his family. If you have some time, why don't you come over here and see it for yourself?
Come over? Why would I want to do that? I'm totally over that guy.
Just come here and see for yourself. I'll explain in more detail when you get here.
Okay, if you insist. I'll get ready and come over now.
Long time no see. How have you been? Having a nice time? It was so nice to see you again after all this time. By the way, you're a lot more beautiful than when I last saw you. It seems you're getting more and more beautiful each day.
Is there something you wanted to talk to me about? I thought you hated me. Last time we met, you didn't want anything to do with me. I thought that your family was too good for me. But now you want to talk again? It doesn't make sense.
It seems that I made a mistake. I was a bit cruel to you last time we met, and I'm sorry about that. I've changed. I've seen the error of my ways. Please tell your father I'm sorry for the way I was in the past. I acted badly and I regret it.
You don't need to apologize. The past is the past. I've forgotten it and moved on. So tell me, why are you so keen to talk to me now? What is it?
I heard that you're doing well in life now. I heard that you have a good career and you're making a lot of money. I realized that I was premature in my judgment of you. I didn't see what you were capable of. My eyes have been opened to your true talent now.
But your family's really successful, right? My achievements are surely much less than yours. Why would you even pay attention to me? I have moved up in the world, that is correct. So has my dad. He works for a construction company building hotels. They are doing well. The hotels they build are doing well too. He made a lot of money and we even managed to buy some land. It's got a good value and it will only go up in the future. We could also build a hotel on it ourselves. If the value keeps going up, then we might even become as wealthy as you. Who could have imagined? But we don't intend on selling the land. Building our own hotel would be a better investment.
Wow, you are really doing well. Better than I thought. It's almost as if you're catching up with us. What do you think? Maybe we can meet again. A few years have gone by. We might get on better now. We might understand each other better, don't you think? Maybe you and Johnny might hit it off again. He's still single and looking for a nice girl. You and him used to be so close.
You really think that could happen? After how you treated me in the past? You said I wasn't a suitable match for Johnny a few years ago. Your family was so wealthy and you couldn't possibly allow your son to marry me. Since then I've moved on and there's no going back now. I'm a new woman.
It seems that we've all changed, but this would be good for business as well. People who work in similar businesses naturally have a connection to each other. It seems that you want to enter the hotel industry. You know that we've been successful at this for a long time. We could cooperate together and learn from each other.
I have no intention of developing such a relationship. You had your chance and you blew it. Why would I want to help you now? We're doing very well without you and that's the way it'll stay. We don't need you. It's too late. Several years have gone by and I've moved on. My feelings are not going to change and I'm not going to forget the past.
can't you be a bit more forgiving? I went to Paris recently and bought a Chanel bag. I could give it to you as a present. It's my way of saying sorry for the mistakes of the past and hoping for a new and brighter future between us. What do you think? If that isn't enough, then maybe we could think of something else.
I don't need anything from you. I'm fine all by myself. I don't need your gifts. Don't contact me again. My father and I went ahead with our plans. We built a hotel on the land we had and business was great. We even had a lucky break. A movie studio came to our hotel to film a movie. Because of this, the hotel became famous and many people wanted to come and visit the hotel. Business went from good to booming. A lot of tourists would come to the hotel and spend a lot of money. As for Johnny and his family, things were not so good. Their hotels were not doing so well. I heard that some of their hotels were even put up for sale to try and reduce the losses. From time to time, they'd even get in touch with me and ask me to talk with them. I think they wanted me back in their lives. Sadly for them, I said no every time. They were cruel to me and my father in the past, and I'm not going to forgive them for that. I made my decision and I'm sticking with it. Also, I have a suspicious feeling that they only want to talk to me to try and help their business. I'm not sure what they think I could offer. Maybe my management expertise? Maybe they want to know our secrets. Anyway, it's not going to happen. I'll never speak to them again if I can help it. I just want to enjoy my life working with my father. I'm sure that our future will only get better and better. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.